Just relaxing ahead of my going to the studio. I'm meeting today with yet another caterer. Her name is Dunis Ports. Olajumoke Guru. Wow. One on one with her. It's going to be exciting. Let's go there. Hello. 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 Can you hear me? Hello. Wow. Hi. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Oh my God. Okay, let me see what I can do to adjust. Can you hear me now? I think it's your system that is not connecting.
Yes.
Perfect.
Hello, ma.
Yes. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, ma.
You even have your branded t-shirt.
Good evening, ma.
It's not easy. This penetration, we must penetrate.
Yes, I have to.
Now tell me, how was your day today?
Fine, thank you, ma.
Wow, that's a very simple answer.
I actually woke up late today, so I didn't even go to church.
Let us say a little word of prayer. Father, forgive her for not going to church.
Amen.
Okay. Very well. I like the fact that you're wearing a white shirt. Are all your shirts branded in white color?
Not all my shirts are branded in white color. I have other colors, but I usually use white.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. I like the way you speak. So I don't know whether I can speak as well as you do speak. So let me just say a bit about myself to you.
Okay,
I like to meet with people. I like to interact with people. My name is Veronica Oshokoya.
Okay, nice to meet you, ma.
Thank you very much. I'm an entrepreneur. You know, there is no word you come from under this planet of the earth. Somebody who educates entrepreneurs. Okay? So I love to chat with people like you. People who have a focus, who have a vision, people who can thrive even in obscurity. What am I talking about obscurity? In the present global condition that we're in, also where you're operating from Nigeria, we can say we're all thriving. Everyone is thriving in obscurity because the times are hard. But if you had gone to church today, you wouldn't have said times are hard. You would say the times are soft, they are easy. You know, you must confess positive. Anyway, yes, the only way people like us can confess positive is by working towards positivity. If you sit down and you think just by confession you can achieve anything, it doesn't work. So you are lucky you are not as old as I am. You have age advantage. You have strength advantage, and you also have, from the way you have spoken, some intelligence advantage. So I say to you, you are ready. Now, I said to you, I am Veronica Oshokoya. I do marketing. I sell. I can sell bread to a baker. It's all about learning. Yes. I can take ice to the Eskimos and say to them, buy a bit of my ice, it's different from yours. You speak a bit of Yoruba, yes?
Yes, ma.
They say in Yoruba, let me try it. Ojú ọ̀run, ó tó ẹyẹ fò láì farapa.
I'm not a pro in Yoruba.
You don't understand that Yoruba?
I don't know. I'm not very good in Yoruba language,
And
especially proverb.
I asked you that do you speak a bit of Yoruba? You said yes. So what I say, let me just quickly summarize it so I don't eat into your time. What
Okay, ma.
it is the sky is so large for everyone, even in the same industry, to participate without hitting. The birds will fly. All birds can come out to fly without hitting themselves. How come all birds can fly on a sky level without hitting themselves? The only way that can happen is if each bird has what they call carves a clitch for itself. It has a niche for itself. If it has a niche for itself, it will be known for, oh yes, this is a cook, this is a cook, this is a cook, this is a bird, this is a bird, but this bird does this, that bird does not do that. So there will be people who are looking for the bird who does that and the one who doesn't do that. Do you understand what I mean?
I understand you, ma.
So I'm saying to you now, I'm aware that there are a lot of caterers. You are a wonderful caterer. There are a lot of caterers in the industry. The competition is getting so stiff. A caterer under the bridge, caterer under the canopy, caterer in the house, caterer in the shop, caterer in the hotel, caterer everywhere. Because what? There is business in catering. You know why? People cannot go to bed hungry. People cannot celebrate without putting food on the tables. People cannot do that Memorial Day, that anniversary without food. So food says it all. So I am here today to introduce myself to you, to find out avenues, to know what you're doing, how far you have gone, what areas you're not doing well. The areas you're doing well, tell the world. Now, you have the time to tell the world who you are. I have worked in various capacities. I have been a public relations person. I have worked in advertising. I've been as a customer relations manager. Right? I've been an interdiction person. I have now recently retired as someone who worked at the highest level of civil service, on level of a director in a federal government institution, and I just retired. And I said, before I get to the age of retirement, let me see what I can do to help myself, work on myself to see what else I can achieve, since I still have my bones that are strong. Okay? But in all of it, whatever I am doing now has to be in these areas of my competence, the areas I know that I'm known for, that I know that wake me from sleep, I will tell you something about what I'm doing. Okay? Then I give support to the poor and the needy. I like to help the poor. Okay, so that's who I am. I'm glad to meet you. Can you tell us? So tell the world. This is going to go Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. LinkedIn, Twitter, where we can, everywhere we can. And then we send to you, you send to your family, you send to your friends, everybody. So this is an opportunity for you to sell yourself under the next 30 minutes.
Thank you so much for this session. I really appreciate it, and I'm privileged to be among the vendors that have access to this session. I'm really glad I'm here today. So my name is Agorola Jumoke Aduni, the team lead of Duni's Catering Services, and I'm a trained accountant. I have 10 years expertise and experience in the accounting firm. I worked till last year, January 2021, when my company closed down after the COVID pandemic. So I went into my passion, which is cooking. I love to cook. And I'm an offspring of seasoned caterers. My mom is a wonderful cook. Yes. And she's from Delta State, Urobo, Afurokwa. She cooks very wonderful, delicious meals. I think that's how she got my dad cooked in the first place.
I tell your dad, you ask your dad.
My dad is late now, but I'm sure he
Oh.
was alive. You agree with me? So
Okay.
I learned a lot growing up with her. And along the line, one thing I believe in life is that cooking is a gift. Some people don't believe that, but I actually believe cooking is a gift. Because there are some people, they'll just prepare a very simple meal. They can get palm oil, iru, and rice with not much seasoning. And when you taste the food, you'll be like, God, this is heaven. And there are some people that will put all the ingredients, shrimps, snails, and everything, and it won't taste as beautiful as that one. So I believe it's a gift, and I'm privileged to have that gift. And I run Juni's Catering Services. I run
Blow
Juni's.
your trumpet.
I can see your expression. You're smiling.
Okay, go ahead.
So, I run Juni's Catering Services. It's a catering outfit where we make every customer feel like our only customer by providing delicious and quality meals with impeccable customer service at affordable rates. Yes, we believe that before you can give me a meal to prepare for you, you have to trust my abilities. Even though you've not tasted my meals, I will have people that have tasted my meals, and from my reviews and feedback, you'll be able to see if I can meet up with your standard or qualification of what you need. Now, at Juni's Catering Services, we are basically about customer satisfaction. In the line of food, a lot of people have allergies. We have clients that have allergies. We have clients that have health conditions. We have clients that don't like palm oil. We have clients that don't like vegetable oil. We have clients that don't like seafood. So before we place an order, or before you place an order, we make sure we clarify all these pointers so that we don't just assume. And at the end of the day, it might become a bad transaction.
Okay.
So
Okay, go ahead. I wanted to take you on something.
I just wanted to say we are all about customer satisfaction and excellence.
Okay. Now, customer satisfaction and excellence. Tell me, how has this translated to money for you? Can you boldly say that you're in business? What I mean by this question? Okay, good.
The economy has not been helping because people's income are not increasing. Absolutely. Yeah, the standard of living is getting higher. Absolutely. So we have to work our way into people's budgets. Like we can have high class, medium class, and low class customers. We have to work with people's budgets to be able to give them that satisfaction they need. We won't say, okay, because I have food ranging from 7,000, 15,000, 20,000. It depends on your capacity and what you want, your specification. We base our meals on customer specification. Oh, I want a bowl of jollof rice with chicken. I want a bowl of jollof rice. I don't want chicken. I want fish. What kind of fish? Is it croaker? Is it egg? Is it Titus? I want chicken. I want turkey. Oh, I want goat's meat. It depends on what you want. And it's what you want that determines the rates. Yes, I can say I'm into business. Not 100%. It's not 100%.
Nobody actually would say, I've had enough. You can be saturated maybe at particular times to say, yes, for today, you're not going to take any jobs. Do you understand? Because your hands are full. But nobody sincerely, just as you said, will say, I've had it up to my neck. I'm not in, so business, the joy of doing business is having your revenue upscaled. Okay, so yes, I agree with you. Now, do you cater? Who are your clientele? Who do you cater for?
9-to-5 workers, sometimes stay-at-home moms, office workers, staff lunch. We do soup bowls. We do meal in bowls. We do finger foods, event catering, offices, schools, everybody.
Okay, I like the use of we, and I like when you introduced yourself. You say you are the lead caterer. You don't even say you're the MD CEO or chief executive or lead. Yes, I like that. I like it when people say they are the chief operating officer, lead officer, and all that. That's humbling oneself and trying to make members of the team happy. Okay, I like that. Keep it up. That's a way of it makes you merge into your workers. Now, using the we, what is your staff strength like?
I have 10 people working for me. It depends on the event I go for, but on a average rate in a day, I have one cook if I don't have too many meals going out. If I have an event preaching, I use 4 caterers depending on the number of cows or the quantity of the food that is going to be prepared. Then for my ushers, sometimes I sublet ushers. I don't have them on ground. I just use teenagers. It depends on the volume of people I want to cater for. So I recruit them. I have some people I use. I use up to 15 of them, depending on the service, because of the meals, so that the meals will go round. There will be no issues. I'll be able to assign a number of them on every table and every section of the event. But ordinarily, for people that do for office lunch, home delivery, I have a logistic company I use for my deliveries, and they don't disappoint. So far, so good.
You're very lucky. How long have you been in this business?
Officially 3 years, but before now, I've been cooking just like a random thing, a passion. My friends want to have a birthday party, want to do naming, like that. But it wasn't official because I was working, so it was more like a part-time thing. But now that I'm no longer working, I've taken it as a full business.
Wow, perfect. Okay. You do cater for people in bowls.
Yes,
how do you
ma'am.
identify those people? What is your marketing? How do you market?
I use Facebook marketing, Instagram. I have social media handles that I use. Duni Sports on Facebook, on Instagram, Duni Sports. I have Google My Business, Duni's Catering Services. So if you search, you will see me there. Then I market. I do sales ads. I've done it once, but I didn't handle it well, and I've learned my lesson. Actually, I got a lot of prospects too, but I didn't manage them well.
Okay,
So
if you have a staff strength of 10 who are permanently
yes,
working for you, I say to you, that is awesome. Because, that means they are on your payroll, or do they work on commission? Because, if they're on your payroll, that is going to be a bit weakening for you, in the sense that catering is not something you get, the one that can generate that kind of fund that you need to pay salaries, at once or whatever. It could just be if you do a bit of bowls here, you do house to house and all that, or maybe people in your church or your mosque or wherever, or nearby places around you. Then that with that, you cannot be able to say you have sufficient funds to be able to pay salaries for up to 10 people. This 10 that you have, what is the relationship?
so what I do is I pay them as the job comes in.
That
We
comes?
have
Okay.
yes, when I get a job, I incorporate their various salary rates into my budget. So I know that once the job is done, I settle everybody and everybody go
Okay, it looks
home
good
and
to me. It sounds interesting to me. And it's obvious, if you're an accountant by training, it means that you can track your debts, you can manage your funds, you know about bookkeeping and all of that, which is essential, because if you do not keep books, and then you're in business, you cannot say you are succeeding in that business. You cannot. So it's important that you keep your books, that you also make sure that your records are straight, so that you also know you can do a profit and loss analysis. I'm sure you know all those, what purchasing books, this logs and all that. Please make sure you have your books. Okay, is your business registered
yes, ma'am.
with corporate affairs?
Yes, yes.
As what?
I registered it as Rodius Nigeria Limited. Duni Sport is a subsidiary under it.
Okay, but have you captured the fact that Dunis Sport is a subsidiary under Rodius?
Yes,
You,
ma'am.
You have. There's a document to show that.
Yes.
You know why I'm asking this? Because some organizations can give you some jobs that they will not pay you cash. They would have to write a check for you. And they want to
Yes.
write a check in the name of Dunis Sport. Can Dunis Sport receive payment on a check?
No, I've not registered. I want to register Juni Sports separately. I want to separate it from Rodius. It's still a subsidiary. I think it's better for me to separate Juni Sports so there won't be clashing interests.
Okay,
I'm working on
what is
that.
the area of focus of Rodius?
Rodius is into import exportation,
I
event
see.
management,
I see.
any all kinds of
It's still
business,
related.
not a
I mean,
general business.
it's still
General.
related. It's still related. I
Okay.
mean, if you're into event management and you're doing catering services, I mean, one can help the other to sell, whereas catering can help you get events. Events can also help you get catering jobs. Well done. What are your challenges? I mean, apart from what the economy is saying, some people say they can hear the stories of jackpying and whatever, you know. But some people, but as Nigerians are leaving out of Nigeria, Asians and Indians are coming into Nigeria en masse at the airports. So there is something they have found which Nigerians perhaps have not seen. Okay, so but for you, you are still doing your business in Nigeria. But there are challenges. What are the challenges that you face that you think, well, if you need to close your eyes and you wake up, it makes you lose a bit of heart skip, and then you now say to yourself, I need help in this area. What are these areas?
Number one will be funding. Every business, you can never get enough of funding. Keep growing every day. Is a work in progress in that area. Then clientele. I still need it to reach a higher level of clients. I still need to reach a larger um, number of clients in my
Okay.
business.
Th- these these
Put my
two
name out there.
these two things can be done. If you've gone as far as you have branded t-shirts, and I'm sure, of course, you couldn't have just branded one t-shirt to wear for this event. No, I can understand. I know how branding of t-shirts come. If you do one, it's a lot of waste of money. So you have them in your kitty. So, but the two problems you said, the two challenges, I like to say that we don't have problems, we have challenges. The two challenges you currently facing, one is the issue of funding. Funding is possible. It's just that the rates are crazy. On this platform, I don't know, we've just been advertising people that we have known personally, or we have interacted, or our paths have crossed. They don't even pay us, but then we just keep mentioning them because we're interested in you that we are chatting with, having access to where you can get uh, funding support. Okay? You know about microfinance companies, right?
I know.
Microfinance companies, I know that their rates are probably not interesting, but I we know there's one called Desmine.
Okay.
Desmine, yes. Desmine is quite interesting for women, especially women, young women. I think the woman who owns Desmine has a calling to support women in business. And I know that there's this Tony Elulelu Foundation, which, if you go on the internet, Google it and find out. If you type Tony Elulelu Foundation, I think they are calling for nominations right now. You may be surprised if you meet the prerequisites and then you attend the lectures. Some of them are online and all that, and you read it and ask all the questions, you'll be qualified for some funding. And the minimum funding they give is $5,000. It's a grant.
Okay.
Yes, it's a grant for young entrepreneurs. And I know that in the past, GT Bank and some other bank, Access Bank and all of some of those banks, used to give what they call food support for people in food and tailoring and all that, of about 2 million naira, and then people are meant to refund. They give you what they call amortization or instrumental payments, and you pay that. I know there is grooming center, which is far growing wide. It's
Okay.
expanding its horizon. Grooming center would also, it's in somewhere in its solo. They also give a lot of fund, and they have their women group, things for women, funds for women. You take a little and return and all that. And there is this man whom we had done some business with. I think the organizer of this program had to do some business with them. They are called Access Quick Pay. Quick Pay also does a few of those. But now, the second aspect of the challenge you face is gaining more clientele. My secret advice to you would be that you look for churches, schools. You understand? There is something called wet sampling. I had discussed with somebody whom I spoke with on this platform. Wet sampling works like fire. You take a bit of your food, your best dishes or whatever, a little bit of it in small containers, presentable containers, and you give away. You have an eye for when an organization you're looking for, the chief executive or the wife of the chief executive or the daughter of the chief executive or the corporate affairs manager is having an event, you take a little bit of what you have cooked and you're not charging them money. Say it's worth sampling. It is just for you to taste and see that the Lord is good in our food, so you do that. And then the most effective is publicity. If as you're talking now, Nigerians and their attention span, that's why we've cut this program this short. If it is longer than this program, you can talk and talk for 2 hours, 3 hours. But if it's too long, Nigerians are not, their attention span is so so short. Yeah. So we've cut it but we want to make it more interactive and more interesting. And then what you can do to help yourself is contact the producer of this program and say, the executive producer, and say to him, I want to take some adverts. So as I'm talking to you, some of your adverts will be popping out. Your Instagram handle, your whatever, your address, your phone number, and all that. You can even have a real-time show of your food cooking with the steam. Yorubas call it sokoto yokoto, sokoto yokoto. The thing will just be doing sokoto yokoto yokoto, and then the food will be coming, and then that's it. And then you can have an event where you have catered a few of video clips here and there. It definitely will be for a fee, but it's not a fee that's going to cost you an arm and a leg. Then you look for radio stations, television stations. This is end of year. There is no radio station or television station that doesn't do end of year party. Right? There is something they call barter. That barter is you give them food, they give you adverts. So you will have a stand. So when they are doing the announcement for their event, your name will be there. At the venue of the event, you will have a stand. So you should have things they call, in fact, I wish I had spoken to everybody. I'm going to ask for a session for all the caterers that we have spoken with, maybe to be everybody come along session where we would have to discuss issues about how you can have publicity flex 5x5, roll-up banners, backdrops, branded t-shirts that you have, branded bowls, and all that. You understand? So when you sponsor or you append yourself or join yourself to an event of importance, that event would showcase you. And then when journalists come to report that event and televisions are reporting that event, you know what you have done for yourself. When they are capturing the pictures or the videos, peradventure, you might just be lucky. Because what you now do, some of those people, uncle, come and taste our food. Oh, this is just for tasting. Then you have a small size of your food for wet sampling. And then you have your complimentary cards. And that is why I said this, your registration of Junior Sports, it's very, very important. What is the place of hygiene for you? What do you understand by hygiene? Or what role does hygiene play in this business you're doing? Because this is another thing. It's a question you must ask yourself, but I can give you some leads to some of these questions. There was a day we had a lady who sells fragrances. I was very excited to speak with her. Do you understand? You know why? Because fragrances tell it all. You're not going to have a fragrance and somebody comes and begins to sneeze and begin to cough around you, because it's choking. You have to have a subtle fragrance as a caterer, somebody who meets with people. Do you understand? You would have gone under the heat, whatever and all that sweating. Before you know it, you smell and all that. We don't need that. So if you have a good antiperspirant and a little good, some little fragrance that you just touch up and all that, just to freshen up, and then you keep it, and then you have use for sanitizers, wipes, and all that, swells and all that with you. It goes a long way. I see a lot of caterers that I know, they have what they call a clear, crimson clear white towel they put on their neck. When they feel the heat of the job and all that, they just, they have. So, cleaning and all, because you don't want to go to someone and serving the person and you're dripping. And it's very important for you. Wow, we have 10 minutes. Oh my God. I don't like it when the time flies. I mean, but sometimes, but when you don't want the time to fly is when it will fly. When you want it to fly, it just goes as if it's sleeping. Anyway, so that today, this is where we are. And I like to advise that those you take on as ushers, and those you take on as service boys and girls, just be sure they do not spoil your credibility. There has to be a bit of documentation of who they are. They should be traceable because of those who have klepto tendencies, those who have picky hands and sticky hands. What is not their own, they must take and put and hide somewhere. Did you understand? Because if they are caught, and oftentimes these days they catch them, if they are caught, it's going to be a catastrophic embarrassment for you. So, as I said, publicity, neatness, presentation, and then humility. No matter what people do to me, in the course of my sales and marketing job, you get me angry is, you must go to heaven and back with my clients, because there's a cliche which says, the customer is king. So, which is your best food?
Right.
Which is, yes, almost right. It's always right. What is your best recipe? Now I'm trying to rush this discussion. What is the food that you know?
One of my top sellers is my special ofada rice. Special ofada rice.
Can I have some? Can I have some?
Of course you can. I noticed a lot of people love my ofada sauce and ofada rice. I take them home. Local delicacy, Iru, ofada rice, the real ofada rice and the sauce. Then I use a variety. If you want it with turkey, goat meat, we have the assorted meats in it, and if you want it. Then a lot of people love my fried rice as well. Fried rice and turkey. I noticed a lot of people love turkey. Maybe because it's big. So when they see it like that, they're always...
Turkey is fattening, but turkey is so tasty. Yeah, but the taste is very yummy. It's yummy, and then you have a longer chunk to bite. And for some of us that dogs don't like, because for me, I will eat a piece of meat, I'll chew the bone. You will look for the bone, you will think the bone has turned to shredded paper. And until I had a little bit of cats, broken tooth here, that was when I now had to respect my old age. Anyway, now, so your father, your father is your best. It's the best seller. You said your fried rice also. There was one lady I interviewed here also. I had to try. But what I do when I have a chat with people, I try to try one of their menus. But you mentioned your name is Jumoke Agoro, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Why is do you have your mom is from Usoko Urobo, where?
My mom is from Delta State, half Urobo, half Ndokwa.
Oh.
That's half Kwale. Oh, yes, Kwale. My dad is Yoruba from Lagos State, Lagos Island, Select.
I see. Okay, I know the Agoros very well. I know the Agoros. I know a very high-ranking road safety man, Agoro, long ago in Abuja when I was still working. I know the Agoros. A Lagos Island group of people. God bless them anyway. Your mom is still alive?
Yes, she is.
So you learned the cooking from her. Do you now cook for your mother to take to her?
Yes, I do. I do.
Okay, so you
I
don't.
still did that. I still did that yesterday.
Wow.
I still did that.
Because you must pay
I
back.
made
You must pay back.
for her.
Do you have your family, a family of your own yet?
Yes, I do. I have 3 wonderful kids. I'm married.
Oh wow. What does
Yes.
does your husband support your business? Do you do it together, or he has
No.
some?
He's an engineer. He's an engineer. I do my thing.
Okay. But I'm sure he gives you the support that you need. God bless him anyway. Okay. So if you have one word or some things you still want to talk about yourself, this is an opportunity. If you have any question you need to ask me, also feel free. Please, this is the time. Let's talk about those. Did you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, did you hear me? I said if there is something you want to talk about yourself or something you want to tell your audience or a question you like to ask me, let us use this remaining 4 minutes to see if we can deal with that.
Sorry, can you rephrase the question? I didn't hear you very well. Sorry,
Do you have anything you want to talk about yourself? Anything else you want to talk about yourself?
I'm just a young entrepreneur. I'm young at that. I'm not old. Looking forward to
not like me, right?
Looking forward to expanding my business.
Yes.
And ready to meet pain points of customers, potential customers. And I will be open to referrals. And I can assure you of quality service, delicious meals at very affordable prices.
Okay, so where can people locate you?
I'm located in Agric, Ikorodu, Lagos State.
Hey, Ikorodu people are in trouble. Hey, Ikorodu is a party world. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I say Ikorodu is a party world.
It is, yes, no darling.
No darling, no darling, no darling. Everybody, and then Ikorodu is expanding, and a lot of good things are happening in Ikorodu. So just make sure that you're humble, and then go ahead and do that. Okay, so you have an office, you have a structure that you can call Journey Sports, or you.
I don't have an office yet. I'm still operating from home, but it doesn't hinder my business.
Okay. All right. Okay. But try and do the registration so that when time comes, when your coast gets expanded, which is what we'll pray for, the Lagos State management and all those whatever will start looking for people who are cooking, operating from homes, and it's going to be a little bit of a border. And it doesn't cost anything. I think the signage to say this is this about 5,000 or so. So what is going?
15,000.
15 is not a lot of money for per annum.
It's not much.
It's not. Yes, it's not. To save you from embarrassment, it's not a lot of money.
Yes.
It used to be 5,000 when I used to run one small place like that, but mine wasn't a catering thing. But okay, so I like to say to you, you've done well for yourself. Keep at it. Okay. Remember the points that we said. You need to do a bit of advertisement. Try to exploit the opportunity of this thing, because by the time it's sent to you, you can keep it forever and keep sending. Do you understand? And then put your information, your adverts, where to reach you, some pops of what you're doing, yourself, where you're cooking, an event you're catering for, where you're talking to a customer. A lot of all those things can be advertised. And then you look at what I also said. Contact media houses and see what events, go to churches and find out what events, do a bit of word sampling, and then also reach out to friends and family. Offices, yes, very essential. And then the one that is moving very fast, because I patronize a lot of people who cook in both. They will give me price for 2.5 liters, 4 liters, 5 liters, and I order, and I go to sleep. By the time I order this one today, this soup or this one, I order egusi from another person tomorrow, egusi Ijebu. Do you know how to cook afang soup, dikai prawns, and
I know how to cook everything.
Oh, so you know how to cook owo soup?
But no.
Hey, your husband is in heaven. Oh, is he a good eater?
Is
Okay, it's been wonderful
is
meeting with you. I wish you well. I
thank
wish
you
your
very much.
family well. And then make sure you create time for your family so that it's not just work, 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 so that you balance the equation, okay? So Olajumoke Agoro, it's been a wonderful 45 minutes with you. Exciting moments, and I like it that you're a very intelligent woman, and I
Thank
want
you.
that you don't burn your intellect, you work on it. And if there are courses on catering that you can consider to undertake, do not hesitate to undertake those courses.
Vechi's VFFP.net is a disruptive innovation that fuses the present standard of just selling items with fixed prices online and the key features of the traditional open market that allows for independence, free negotiation, competition, multiple vendor choice options for you to choose from, and so on. Buy literally anything you want from any online digital vendor of your choice and from any state in Nigeria. Don't like what you see? Or the prices you were getting from a particular vendor online? You are sure to find another of the same business niche you are currently interested in. Remotely access any service and buy any product from any vendor of your choosing without the compulsion to leave your comfort before getting served, as is with the present traditional but stressful and cost-intensive way that forces you to go out even when tired in order to enjoy the privileges and benefits of an open market. Digitalizing the qualities of the traditional open market for your absolute convenience is what we do. Navigate around vendors and negotiate as you would a physical open market with products and services having no fixed prices as with other online e-commerce platforms. Vechi.